Ladies and gentlemen, just want to say congratulations to all of you People's National Party supporters who went out and support your candidates today. It's such a wonderful, wonderful thing to see how you were cheering for your candidates. However, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot choose the People's National Party at this time unless they give us a very, very good reason why we should choose them, and so far they have not given us any. Because most of what they are saying things that are already in place. For example, they are saying that they want to officially recognize the Rastafarian as an indigenous people of the land. Ladies and gentlemen, it's already happening. We even have people, ladies and gentlemen, who are Rastafarian in Parliament. We have one on the Jamaica Labour Party side, and we have one on the People's National Party side. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know of any discriminatory actions taken by this current administrations against Rastafarian, except in a case where, ladies and gentlemen, it has to do with the school's dress codes policy. Because when I was growing up, ladies and gentlemen, Rastafarians were allowed to go to school, and I have seen Rastafarians going to school, persons who are Rastafarians going to school even in recent times. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the discrimination is against a child on their religious belief, but I do believe it has more to do with a school's policy. And if it is proven that it's a part of a person's religion why they're wearing their Rastafarian, I don't think it's a problem. But, ladies and gentlemen, miscommunication and misunderstandings are what the People's National Party like to feed to the people, which I find, ladies and gentlemen, as emotional blackmail and PNP biasness. However, ladies and gentlemen, whichever party you choose, make sure that you do so prayerfully, because no matter how good a political party is, you're gonna have persons who don't support it. And no matter how bad a political party is, you're going to find persons that are going to support it. Ladies and gentlemen, in comparison to the Jamaica Labour Party's rally, I do say that the Jamaicans, we know who they have chosen, because the People's National Party, it's big, yes, it's massive, but not like the Jamaica Labour Party's mass meeting that they had on Sunday of last week. I don't know if it is because of the day that they chose, a Saturday, when most persons are either at the market or most persons are at work and so on. I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting wasn't as massive as I was expecting it to be. Lots of supporters was there, but not as massive as the Jamaica Labour Party's meeting. I'm not trying to be biased here, but I'm just stating the fact. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand why we cannot choose the People's National Party at this time. They are promising all sorts of things for St. Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, the parish that they have abandoned for many, many years, closing down factories and all of those stuff. Under their administration, I hear them promising all sorts of things for the people of St. Thomas. I don't think they can deceive the people of St. Thomas anymore, because the people of St. Thomas are very much aware of the fact that it is the Jamaica Labour Party that gives them good road to drive on. It is the Jamaica Labour Party that have been investing in the parish, so that everybody don't have to pack up in halfway tree seeking job. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen them creating jobs in the parish, and lots of persons are going there, are working in the said parish. Also, ladies and gentlemen, days gone by when you could literally count the handful of people that left in St. Thomas. Because why? Persons are abandoning St. Thomas because there are no jobs there. But now, ladies and gentlemen, Big things are happening in St. Thomas, and I hear the People's National Party promising all sorts of things. Why didn't they deliver on those promises when they were in power? Why was St. Thomas called the forgotten parish? Why did they allow any parish in Jamaica to become a forgotten parish? Look at Portland, ladies and gentlemen. The only jobs that were available in Portland, and it's not even on a large scale, was in the tourism sector. And it wasn't on a massive scale. Now I see the Jamaica Labour Party making investments there. They are trying to build another urban center there, similar to the one in St. Thomas. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I see a very disrespectful thing happen in the Gregory Park area. Ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that all those areas are PNP supporters, mainly PNP supporters. You have just a few Jamaica Labour Party supporters there. But ladies and gentlemen, respect is due. And when I see how the people was behaving towards the Jamaica Labour Party's supporters that were coming there, the Prime Minister and his team that were coming there, they had to make a U-turn. Not saying that it was instigated by their MP. But ladies and gentlemen, we need to get rid of that type of mindset. I remember one election year, I saw half of the crowd were People's National Party supporter, and the other part was Jamaica Labour Party supporter. And I saw how the two sides run towards each other. And when I look, I see everybody embracing each other and start celebrating. It was such a beautiful sight to watch. But this year, ladies and gentlemen, don't know what has gotten into some of the People's National Party supporters. You guys need to behave yourself, because those type of attitude are only driving people farther away from your party. Your party needs a lot of work, needs a lot of rebuilding. And if you can't build your party, rebuild, you can't even agree together on anything. You guys can't even agree together on anything. How are you going to run the country if you can't even agree among yourselves on anything? Because one leader is saying this and another person is saying that. You all are not together. You all are not united. I don't see anybody counteracting anybody on the Jamaica Labour Party side. Not being biased here, I'm trying to be fair. But on the People's National Party, I've seen one person saying one thing and another person coming and say another thing. You guys need to unite. You guys need to unite your political party before you start trying to run for office here in this country. And I know a lot of your supporters, when they hear this podcast, they're going to come and say all manner of evil about me, because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what a lot of your supporters are good at. They are good at throwing insults instead of throwing ideas, and always trying to diminish me, a person who they cannot diminish. Can you diminish a person who always have money? Can you diminish a person who have a job plus a business? Can you diminish a person who is not even begging anything? All I am saying to the Jamaican people is that on September 3rd, don't vote against a party that's going to tell you on public television. All Angles was the program he comes on, that some of the things that the Jamaica Labour Party have brought into being, they are going to scale down on it. Ladies and gentlemen, if they are so much interested in building the country, they should be building on the foundation laid by any particular political party, whether it be the People's National Party's foundation or the Jamaica Labour Party's foundation. They should continue on it, ladies and gentlemen, rather than to say that they are going to discontinue in it. They should continue in it, and also, ladies and gentlemen, add their ideas to any areas that needs improvement. They should be adding their ideas to it, not to stop it, ladies and gentlemen. And I see where the People's National Party are heading. They are trying to stop the growth of this country, and I say this with no apology. They don't love the country. They are full of sweet talks and no actions behind it. I have seen it before.